It's working. Arg. We'll start with something that could have been a circle if it hadn't been born all crooked and weird. We're going to take this oblong misshapen lump and turn it into an oblong misshapen lump of a little person. And like me. Do a little self-portrait here. Bloop. Bloop. You have to make the sounds or the drawing magic doesn't work. You see, I didn't make any sounds there. I was talking, so I put the wrong dots. You gotta use the right dots. This is exactly what my head is shaped like. I'm not kidding. And this is exactly what my hair looks like. I'm not kidding. That's awful. And this is really what my mouth looks like. This is not what my chin looks like. This is what I wish my chin looked like. And I really do have these little tiny ears. You would laugh if you saw them. I'm doing this all from memory, by the way. I haven't owned a mirror in about 7 years. I broke one and I've been terrified. I'm about to get a new one though, because you know. I am blind in one eye. My little tiny eye sees really good though, because I have a monocle. The end of my monocle, it's alive. And it's a duck. A mallard. Well, I don't know. You know those ducks that have the little hairdo? I don't know what ducks look like either. I'm just making that up. I do know what I look like, so let me get back to work on that. Boom, 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 boom. I was a little bit off of my proportions there. This is more like what my head is shaped like. I wonder what that sound was. The computer's trying to tell me something. I need to get one of those computer psychics who can like listen to it and tell me, your computer's sad. You need to pay me $500 and I can make him happy. Sound of a happy computer. You know what an unhappy computer sound like? Yeah, you know, I don't have a whole lot to say about this. I'm very self-conscious about how I look, and I'm trying to do this accurately, you know? Alright. And You might be surprised, but I have a very tiny little body. It's small. I always wear a suit, though, because I'm insecure, and wearing the suit makes me feel powerful. It's not a very expensive suit, but it looks good on my tiny little body. I usually wear a hat because I'm embarrassed about the shape of my head. Well, I'll get over it one day. Probably when I'm old enough, I'll be wise, and I'll know that it doesn't matter what I look like. I should just be myself, be my twisted, warped, strange little self. I mean, my brain is fine. I'm not twisted and warped. Just the shape of my head. And there's nothing wrong with that. I keep trying to tell people phrenology is a bunk science. There is nothing to it. I usually do have this concerned look on my face. Because unfortunately, I think I know what's going on. I mean, see, that's the problem. I don't actually know what's going on. I just think I know what's going on. That's exponentially worse. You know, like I just made this. Exponentially. I don't know what that means. That's why I keep saying it. I'm like, man, well, if I say it enough, maybe eventually, contextually, I'll use it right on accident. Alright. I'm trying to pick up the pace. Every time I do a self-portrait, I get a little bit better at it. My goal is to get so good that I can like capture my soul in a painting. And then maybe I can like stop aging and I'll just hide that portrait. People will be like, hey man, what's under that cloth? And I'll tell them and they won't believe me. You don't believe me, do you? I don't blame you. You seem very intelligent. Obviously, if you're checking this video out, you must be exceptionally exceptional. Super awesome cool. I respect and appreciate that about you. You're 100%. I don't have those lines on the side of my face, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I guess I don't need that line there. I mean, see, now that was me going away from the truth. I actually do have a line like that on my nose, but it just doesn't fit in the drawing, you know? Sometimes you have to know when to alter reality for the sake of the drawing. Don't be restricted. Sometimes we have to take liberties. I'm not sure where we take them to, but I do know that they never come back. Cool. I don't know what's cool. I just, in general, things are cool. I mean, if you're here with me now, listening to the sound of my voice, you must be pretty cool. I know I already said that. I needed whatever. I don't know. I think that you can't have people telling you that you're cool enough. I mean, I wouldn't know personally. Nobody ever says that to me. But I imagine, I fantasize about it, and I'm like, man, that would be cool. Somebody would tell me that I was cool. So, I'm telling you, you're cool. And I'm not talking to me now. I usually do just talk to me. I'm talking to you. You're cool. Thanks. Thanks for being cool. We need more people like you. And, I imagine we're gonna get more people like you. What else? What else? I'm usually hanging out with my friend. Let me draw a picture of my friend now. Once again, start with the circle. My friend is very big. I like big people. They make me feel safe. My friend has a big body and little tiny eyes. I would tell you his name, but then you would know who it was. And so I can't tell you. But I'm sure if you reverse Google search this drawing, you'll find out. I mean, there's only, uh-oh. Did you hear that? Can you hear that? That's the outro. That means I don't have a whole lot of time to do this portrait of my friend. But he always wears a suit as well. But not because he's insecure. It's because he's very secure. He's a powerful person. We had our suits made at the same place, by the way. We're buds like that. A lot of people treat my friend unfairly, I think. He gets a lot of grief because he's a balloon. I mean, that's not a pejorative. I don't mean that in a negative way. He is literally made out of latex and full of air. I don't hold that against him, though. Sometimes they tell me that he feels a little deflated. And I'm like, well, sorry, bud, I can't help you. But I understand what it's like. Conceptually, I've never actually experienced it myself. But, you know, I'm there for him. He tells me his problems. And I say, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I wish I could do more. But, you see how misshapen I am. I've got my own problems. I'm like dealing with near crippling ugliness. That's my lot in life. It's cool though. I feel lucky. I'm lucky that I have a giant balloon friend who is totally not a robot. That would make me uncomfortable. Can't trust computers. If something goes wrong with them, what are you gonna do? Unless you know about computers, you gotta find someone who knows about computers, which requires leaving your house. Man, I don't know if I can handle that kind of responsibility. Okay, I'm done. The music's done. We're done with this. I hope you enjoyed this brief glimpse into my life. Don't make fun of how I look. Don't make fun of how anyone looks. Don't make fun of people. Don't make fun of things. No, totally make fun of whatever you want. It's just fun. I mean, don't be mean. Don't make people cry. And if somebody's crying and they're crying and you're like, man, you're crying for no reason. Dude, move on. Don't hurt them. They're fine. Let them cry. It doesn't matter if you don't understand. It's okay. It's okay to cry. Just not for me. I don't do it because I'm a man. But, there's nothing wrong with being a baby, You want to be a baby. Unless you're like a grown man, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be a baby then. I mean, what you do in your own time, that's your business. But really don't listen to me, I'm not reliable for information. On the other hand, if you just want to hear some stream of consciousness, some nonsense, see a weird little drawing happen, come on down. That's what we're good for. Okay. Later.